YouTube, what the crap's going on? HeirofCarthage here, back in another Total War Warhammer 2 multiplayer battle that is themed quite nicely here. Near a Chaos Shrine, and we have Chaos here in the mountains with the Dragon Ogre. Isn't this where he was awoken from? So very thematic, I think, here. It's going to be an interesting Chaos army here. I'll show it to you in a moment, but led by Kholek and a Chaos Sorcerer, Lord of Metal, sporting Searing Doom and Final Transmutation, and they are coming up against Gor-Rok. And Gor-Rok is supported by a Skink Priest, Lord of Heavens, with Curse of the Midnight Wind, a Feral Dread Saurian, a Ancient Stegodon, Engine of the Gods, and a Bastiladon with Revivification Crystal. Now, the rest of the Lizardmen army is Saurus Warriors, some with shields, some without, and then a Razordon Hunting Pack. And then as for the Chaos army, there are 4 Marauder Horsemasters, which is a considerable amount, a couple of Marauders, and then there are 2 Chaos Warriors, and in the middle, with the Armored Chaos Trolls, is the Mirror Guard. So let's see how this one plays out. The battle on the top of the snowy ridge in front of the Chaos Shrine here. So, Feral Dread Saurian, Kholek is obviously going to be their best bet at killing it. This thing could do potentially horrific damage to the Chaos Infantry. The Chaos Infantry won't be particularly great versus Saurus, but they should win out if it was just like an unsupported fight. The Trolls will do good armor-piercing damage to any monsters, and then Kholek, though, is going to be their main anti-large, as well as being supported by those Marauder Horsemasters. And you can see those Horsemasters making their way to this flank as Kholek begins the smashinating process and gets his lightning prepared to come on down. You can see the Dread Saurian picking their first target, which is going to be these Chaos boys here. He's going to be able to come in on their flank, and yeah, that's one big dino. You can see he immediately causes a tremendous amount of damage. Now the Bastiladon, of course, can support units, but here the Stegodon is left to go up against Kholek. That's not going to be pretty. We're going to see a burning alignment come in. Chaos has a bit of time to react, as this is a pretty slow thing to go off. I kind of wish they would make it happen a little faster, because you're already paying a fortune for this unit. It would be good to see that go off faster, where it's less easy to dodge, but still some damage done there. But you can see the Ancient Stegodon taking a beating from Kholek. It's going to need more support. The only way you could really pull this off is you'd have to kind of triple team Kholek with big monsters. Back here, the Razordon Hunting Pack is being caught. It really can't get away from these Marauder Horsemasters, so that unit will end up mostly being wasted. You can see over here, the Chaos Marauders easily defeated, and now the Chaos Sorcerer, Lord of Metal, in trouble, so he drops a Final Transmutation. Upgraded version here. It's going to cause a lot of damage. A whole lot of damage. You can also see, speaking of damage, Feral Dread Boy is doing quite a bit. Quite a bit indeed. See some Searing Doom coming in here, though not a lot of Lizardmen infantry in that vicinity for it to do much damage to. And that Metal Sorcerer, he is in a bit of trouble, because now he's in the middle of the fight, and right there he just got bounced right into the middle of a bunch of Saurus Warriors, so he's not going to be in a great place right now. And that lightning hitting the Mirror Guard quite a bit there too. You can see here the Marauder Horsemaster is in a bit of trouble. Some of them charged in a bit prematurely, and the Feral Dread Saurian has picked up 93 kills. Already has 1 chevron. It may have been given to it, and it's about to pick up another one. So it has caused a tremendous amount of damage so far in this fight. And now Kholek is in a bit of a bad spot here, because Gor-Rok, the Stegodon, the Feral Dread Saurian, they are all able to push back against him now. None of them particularly good against a large target like Kholek, but a lot of these units can cause a lot of damage, and whether or not it's specifically anti-large, you can see just how much damage was done to Kholek as he is forced out of the fight. So we're going to see the Lizardmen come up with a pretty good early rout here of a significant amount of the Chaos forces, but they don't have anything mobile to really chase out a lot of the Chaos forces. So Kholek, you're going to see him get out of the fight here, and he should. He's got a lot of ammo on these Marauder Horsemasters, and he needs to try and use it to see if he can dig at some of these dinosaurs and try and mount a comeback, because right now Chaos is definitely on its heels. See Kholek gonna flee away. He does have superior speed here. Gonna actually see a skink priest chasing these units over here. And he's being quite successful at it right now. But there's a Chaos Knight with lances, and so the skink priest has now gotten himself a little too far away from home, and he is going to die as a result. Those knights with lances are way more than a match for him, regardless of his hero status. So, rip little skink. You can see over here the Lizardmen infantry trying to clean up a few more of these forces of chaos. Unfortunately for the Lizardmen, and fortunately for Chaos, the Dread Saurian is rampaging. So he's out of control here. Gonna get some help from the Cold-Blooded to stop the rampage, but there's a steady stream of javelins being fed in. And it is taking a toll, slowly but surely, on the large monster, and that monster is certainly probably the most significant threat left on the battlefield to Kholek. I would say after that, probably Gor-Rok. Maybe the Ancient Stegodon here. Burning alignment, trying to get a few of the horsemen. Won't actually succeed because the horsemen are, well, I think no, it grazed near those two, but yeah, it's hard to hit a moving target with it. Lizardmen have to try. Otherwise, I mean, just gonna get nothing. So, definitely worth the try, I think. See the Bastillodon here. There are javelins on the Feral Dread Saurian, or sorry, the Ancient Stegodon and the Bastillodon. A Dread Saurian, I believe, might have the javelins, or the Shredder, but the Feral Dread one does not. So those Marauder Horsemasters becoming a big pain in the butt here. Kholek is coming on back, and then the Trolls are headed back as well. I see Kholek trying to drop some lightning here to soften up the Saurus infantry before what will be a final fight with the regrouped Chaos forces here. See the Trolls attacking from this flank along with the Knights with lances. And the Ancient Stegodon is going to attempt to help them, while the Marauder Horsemasters are getting javelin shots right into the back of the Feral Dread Saurian, who's now down under 2,000 hit points. In a little bit of trouble here. Stand Your Ground should help, though. It adds 16 leadership. And the Knights with lances are gone, but now Kholek's going to get a free charge into combat here and do a little bit of damage. He's going to immediately pull back out of there, it looks like. Let some of his infantry come in and do some more work. Dread Saurian just continues to take damage here. The javelins are relentless, and there are still quite a few of them left. If Kholek can get rid of the Saurian, he has a pretty good chance. Look at this. This is a big problem with the Dread Saurian. There's healing now on him from the Bastillodon, but he gets kind of glitchy, and his unit model's not very good at kind of turning around like these fights. It's definitely a downside to him. You can see he's trying to turn around, but his contact box and stuff there is kind of making it difficult, and it routes shortly or while being healed by the Bastillodon, but it wasn't going to be able to stick around much anyway because the Marauder Horsemasters, it can be chased down, but rather than chasing it, you can see Kholek just going in for the kill here, and he is in a pretty good position, might be able to kill Gor-Rok. You can see the Ancient Stegodon looking to come and assist, but it's kind of bogged down in Trolls. I'm really shocked that the Trolls were able to hold their ground for as long as they did. Now there's going to be a triple team. The Marauder Horsemasters are coming in. The Trolls did get terrified, or routed, sorry, just for the moment, not terrified. Kholek Suneater in big trouble here. He's down to about 800 hit points, but he drops the Ancient Stegodon. Gor-Rok routs. And the battle is suddenly looking like Chaos has indeed mounted a successful comeback, and especially so since the Feral Dread Saurian shattered shortly after attempting to regroup. So this means that Kholek has brought a comeback victory in his mountain home and is going to be able to defeat the Lizardmen here. So, nice play by both players. Fun armies here. Definitely enjoyed this one. This is Wicked and Regina, two members of the Discord and members of the community here. active in the Total War Warhammer 2 community in terms of multiplayer, and also I'm sure they both like to play some campaign too. But thank you for them sending in this match. You all should come join the Discord. That's where these folks get together and set up these matches. That's where I set up a lot of things, make announcements. We do all kinds of fun stuff there. You can share replays, you can ask for advice, you can find multiplayer companions, campaign companions, whatever. It's great. Join in. I think we're about 3,000 strong on there, and you should definitely come join us. It's a fantastic community. I drop in there as often as I can to try and jump in and enjoy it with you all. But yeah, again, congrats to both players on a fun battle. Thank you for sending it in. HeirofCarthage signing out for now. I'll be back with some more content soon. I hope to see you there.